Welcome to Sneaky Butter, my name is Calvin, and today we are gonna do a review about Batman vs Superman. That's right, two people punching each other with capes. For what reason, I don't really care. Alright, so I'm gonna try and not make this as spoilerish as I could, because I want you to watch, and we are desperate, no we're not. Alright, let's get into things. First things first, the pacing. Now this movie is weird. It's very hard to describe. I mean, there are a lot of fast cuts here and there, but it feels like they're dragging the story along, buying time until Batman and Superman actually fight each other. Some scenes are supposed to build tension, but for some reason fall flat, so it doesn't really feel like there's a good plot build-up until the point where they actually start punching each other to death. And you know, there are things about it that seem a bit too grim, dark and gritty. I mean, I enjoy shows like those, but this felt too overly intense, unnecessarily so, taking away from the enjoyment of watching the show itself, because it was a bit too, I should feel sad too.
I agree.
Plot-wise, it felt like they were fitting too many things in. I mean, they tried to fit in Wonder Woman, they tried to fit in Lex Luthor, they tried to fit in something else which I shouldn't mention because and then all the other cameos from superheroes and sort of that. So it felt like Zack Snyder was trying to fit in as many things as possible, sacrificing a lot of the plot, because the plot wasn't fully developed. Things were happening for stupid reasons. For example, Batman and Superman don't talk or listen to each other because they're trying to show who has the bigger balls, like children. So there's a lot of miscommunication here and there, which feels kind of, you know, I don't know what. And as for the unnecessary and overstuffed, I'll get to that after I get to the characters. So Henry Cavill, to me, seems to do well in shows where his character doesn't give a shit. Like for example, Man from U.N.C.L.E. It suits his character well. But when it comes to Superman, he doesn't really have that kind of feel. Maybe I'm a bit biased because I watched the Justice League cartoons and Smallville, where he's a bit more human and has a bit more emotions, but here he's a bit stone-faced as compared to everybody else. Lois Lane feels a bit underutilized, and as for the attraction, I feel like there's none between Superman and Lois Lane. It's a bit sad for the character, yeah, because you know, it's so iconic. So Ben Affleck was a pretty good Bruce Wayne and an okay Batman. He played it pretty well. I mean, his version of it was a lot more emotional than the more cold, calculated Batman that we're usually used to. But you know, Zack Snyder did say he'd be a very different Batman. The only one thing aside from that, and this is really kind of picking at this point, is his suit. For some reason, his suit was modeled after some, I don't know, bodybuilder or something. So when Ben Affleck put it on, it looked really clumsy in fight scenes. The torso felt a bit too big for him, which is weird because Ben Affleck already has a pretty rocking bod to begin with. So I don't know why they would do that. He looked awesome, by the way, in the metal suit. Alfred is probably the best damn part of the show. Sexy beast. Look at him. Oh yeah. Wonder Woman was kind of underutilized like Amy Adams. Don't get me wrong though, every scene she appears in, she pretty much steals the show. Lex Luthor.
Hi, hello, Lex, it is a pleasure. Ow! Wow, that is a good grip!
Dang, 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 dang. Dang, 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 dang. Yeah, oh my god. Probably one of the most annoying versions of Lex Luthor ever. Zack Snyder made him a very Machiavellian villain, the kind which has no reason to do anything that he does, but still does it anyway because he's batshit crazy, pun intended. He is what I'm talking about when I mean putting something in that's wholly unnecessary. I mean, you didn't need him in. Just have Batman beat up Superman, I don't know. And there were actually a few cameos from future Justice Leaguers, which I have to say were awesome. I mean, non-fans might be scratching their head a little, but the placement of the cameos were pretty perfect. I mean, the Batman fights were super fun. Superman fights were very stale for some weird reason. So in coming to a conclusion, it feels like it's rushed. Plot and character development was sacrificed for more things being stuffed in, trying to catch up with Marvel, which might be a bad thing because Marvel went at their own pace with proper planning. And that's what I think was missing, proper planning and time for fans to simmer in and understand the characters. But it's still a good movie. I'd say it's an enjoyable mess. I mean, this movie is really one of the most subjective things I've seen in a while. with polarizing views from here and there. But DC fans will probably enjoy themselves, others is hard to tell. So for me, I'm giving it a meh. For Adam on the other hand, Adam is giving it a thumbs up, as quoted. Yeah. But for me, if you just want to see Batman and Superman fight, and don't really care so much about plot development or character development, go right ahead. So anyway guys, comment, subscribe, more videos in the future. I'm not gonna beg for your views because we are big children who are trying to prove that we have even bigger balls, like these two. Okay, bye.
I'm Adam and welcome to Sneaky Button. We're here today to give a review on Life is Strange.